We're heading north from Tokyo to Fukushima. It's midwinter and the cold climate and the snow, it matches the eeriness of the deserted area we're heading to.
Behind me here is the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, and about 3,000 people still work at the power plant decommissioning the site.
A lot of the people who lived in this area actually worked in the nuclear plant, and as a result of that, the area that you see around us is totally abandoned.
Even though it's been more than a decade since the disaster, many of the towns near the power plant remain empty. Some areas are completely blocked off. It's quite surreal to see that many of the houses and shops are untouched since the evacuation in 2011.
We're in Fukushima, where it was really the epicenter of where the nuclear devastation struck. And ironically, there was a sign that actually stood behind me that said, "Nuclear is our future."
The two nuclear power plants, when they were first brought here, they brought prosperity, brought income and brought money to their local communities. That sign has now been taken down and lives here at the museum.
We're here at Ukador Elementary School, where it is actually a story of hope. The teachers were fast thinking when the tsunami hit, and the teachers rounded up all the children and actually headed for higher ground.
The school is just 300 metres from the ocean and suffered significant damage. Buildings like this have been left in place across Japan as an ongoing reminder of the impact of the tsunami.
There are many stories of devastation from 2011, but the one behind me that played out was quite shocking. Behind me, as you can see, the area where 400 houses stood once behind me, and of that 400 houses in this small village, 142 people sadly lost their lives. As a result, though, of the recovery and reconstruction work, the government is actually raising the land and creating this as a green zone. It's going to be a green zone and a green buffer for future events if there ever was another tsunami in the area.
As you can see here, the reconstruction work is still underway, and they're clearing soil and getting rid of all the contaminated area.
Behind me you can actually see is one of the temporary storage sites for the contaminated soil. In this whole area they have scraped every bit of topsoil together, and there is over 14 million bags of contaminated topsoil that is having to be stored in multiple sites around Fukushima.
There's a long way to go in the area's recovery. Most evacuation orders have now been lifted and new infrastructure is under construction. But will people return? The Australian Department of Foreign Affairs warns against travel here due to the elevated radiation levels. But there are displays of the radiation level everywhere and we had no concerns. Less than 1 millisievert per hour for most of our visit. Will you visit Fukushima and the disaster-affected area in northern Japan? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video.